Well, her story captured a city, an abandoned child with international intrigue.
At just 4 years old, she was found alone on a Queen Street in the middle of the night.
I got lost, and when I was sleeping, he took me in the car, and he took me outside with no shoes.
News 4's Melissa Russo first introduced us to Valery Saavedra in 2005, when New York City couldn't find her mother and turned to our station for help. The story has taken many twists and turns since then.
Fast forward 14 years, Valery is now a high school senior living with her grandmother in her native Bolivia. Melissa reconnected with her and found that brave girl turn into a confident young woman who's looking for help in this next chapter of her life.
Can you tell us your name?
Valery.
It happened 14 years ago right here in Middle Village, Queens. This beautiful 4-year-old girl was just left abandoned, crying, barefoot, not understanding why her mother's boyfriend left her here.
So I was crying, and some people find me.
She went wandering up the block, knocking on doors looking for her mommy. She started at this house and nobody was home, and some neighbors across the street heard her crying and came out to help.
So I just grabbed her and, she held me so tight.
I was scared. I was cold.
14 years later, Valery vividly remembers that terrifying night and the interview with News 4 that helped identify her and solve the mystery of her mother's murder.
I really just wanted to see my mom again, and there was a lot of cameras.
City officials really need your help identifying her.
What was so astonishing is that not one person had come forward to report Valery missing. Days had gone by, and ACS called me and said, we need your help.
I want to know if you might recognize a little girl who was found abandoned early this week in Queens.
We came here to the Little Flower Agency in Jamaica, and they brought us into a conference room with our cameras, and there was Valery.
Do you know what school do you go to?
Daycare.
What does your mommy look like?
She looks like a princess.
Oh.
In the headlines this morning, police are growing increasingly concerned. The search for little Valery's mother has intensified.
And pretty quickly, there was a break in the case, but unfortunately, it wasn't the break that any of us had hoped for Valery.
The body found in a Pennsylvania landfill.
Police say her boyfriend, Cesar Ascaruns, confessed to strangling the 26-year-old woman.
4-year-old Valery has been told about her mother's death.
It's very difficult to lose somebody you love.
Valery still visits her mother's grave in Bolivia, where she was raised by her maternal grandmother.
She just gave me all of this courage and strength to keep up with my life, to not stay in a dark place.
Today at age 18, that strong little girl is a strong young woman, a gifted student and talented artist who finds solace in painting.
When I paint, I just feel free with the colors.
Sure, you probably have no way of knowing how much your story touched the people of our city and me as a reporter.
Thank you.
Speaking to us from her Bolivian hometown in collaboration with Telemundo, Valery says she's no longer the little girl in that 2005 interview.
I just see a really confused little girl.
Valery now hopes to follow her dream of attending college in the U.S.
I feel it's my home. I plan on starting forensic medicine.
An interest inspired by the investigation into her mother's murder.
Just discovering what happened and why I really, to a person's death.
But the question of why her mother was killed still haunts her.
¿Por qué me quitó mi mamá?
As a child, Valery was undocumented, not a U.S. citizen. She hopes that speaking with us again now might help her resolve some immigration questions and also concerns about money raised for her 14 years ago, donations that could help her pay for college. Her grandmother says they received just one check for $2,100, but believes there was more.
I think that bad things happen to good people, to great people, and they just make them better.
It was so unbelievably special to hear from Valery. As you can imagine how that story has stayed with me for so many years and with so many people who I'm sure have wondered about her.
Oh, with all of us, when she said her mother looked like a princess. I mean, she stole my heart. So.
Yeah. Oh, me too.
Everyone
choked up there.
I understand there is help now, financial help for her, for her educational needs.
We hope so. We've put Valery back in touch with the lawyers who represented her as a child. We've tracked them down. They're pulling her files and they're helping with her questions as she strives for a happier ending to such a tragic story.
Let's hope so, but look at the path she's on. She's so talented. Her artwork, her grades.
And we hope to stay in touch with her, and we'll keep you posted.
Yeah,
Please
we'll
do.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Melissa.
Thank you.
Good job.
Thank you for watching this video from NBC4 New York. You can subscribe by tapping the button below me, and on the left you can see our latest updates, investigations, and digital exclusives. We'll see you next time.